Hello, hello, welcome, please come in. It's time for the final game in our Ghost-only series, Pokémon Violet, and we arrive at starter selection. And just like Pokémon Sun, we only have one real choice, because one of these little guys is going to become a ghost type. Eventually. So I must pick Fuecoco. It won't become a ghost type until its final evolution, so I won't be able to properly use it for a while, but at least Skeletor's is pretty good. Anyway, then comes this game's very long opening sequence, Yeah, there's a bit we need to get through before I'll be able to find a ghost Pokemon, though less than I kind of expected. Hi, Miraidon. Thank you, Miraidon. Hi, Irvin. Get wrecked. Okay, now I have a little bit of freedom. Not a ton, and I don't have Bike Dragon yet, but I can start collecting useful things. And first item on the to-do list is to figure out how to get on top of this cliff. Thankfully, by starting a fight with a Hoppip, I can teleport right up, which is convenient. Aside from a few items, the real reason I've warped up here is this. My first ghost-type Pokemon, Gimmighoul. Gimmighoul is not a good Pokemon, but it does evolve into a pretty good one. On the other hand, that requires collecting 999 Gimmighoul coins, which sounds tedious. So I may not do that. Hard to say. Anyway, next it's over to Drowsy Ruins to catch our old friend Ghastly, who is, as ever, great from a stat perspective, but has a trash moveset. But that's actually okay. In Violet, you can level up in Let's Go mode, where you just throw out your Pokemon and they fight without entering battle. The results of these auto battles are mostly determined by level and typing, not the fact that all my moves are garbage. So while an actual fight with a Drowsy would be a mess, Gimmighoul and Ghastly can body a lot of these idiots very easily for some early levels to be ready for the next few battles. Now that my levels are decent, I need to sort out moves, and Gimmighoul and Ghastly both have awful move pools. So, it's time to run around picking up items. Hopefully something here is halfway usable. A lot of TMs around here that I can't use, or are bad. Ooh, Psybeam! Ghastly can't learn Psybeam? But I can learn Psychic. Okay, that's silly. Ooh, Acid Spray! It's not super strong, but it is a special move, and it will benefit from the same type attack bonus, which is nice. Now, what are the chances I can get to that island? Got it. That gives me Calm Mind, which I'm gonna save for later. Time for another Nemona battle, and the first Nemona battle after getting ghost types. And yeah, it turns out Ghastly is very scary when it actually has a good attack. Ghastly solos Nemona's entire team easily by just spamming Acid Spray. Nice and easy. And then there's a bunch of boring school stuff that happens that we will be skipping. And with Bike Dragon acquired and the world opened, it's time to start adding to the team, which is going to be kind of a big to-do because a lot of ghosts are very far away. And first thing I want to do is check the level of the Pokemon around here. Yeah, too high for now, as expected. Onwards! Anyway, I can then grab the Duskstone and Montanevera, which I will need shortly. The reason I went so far to pick that up right now is, bluntly, that I'm waiting for the day-night cycle to change. Still have some time. Might as well grab another Gimmighoul kill for the coins. There we go, nighttime, and that means I can grab a... Wait, I'm fully in the wrong place. I'm a moron. The open world in Gen 9 is nice, but it does make finding specific Pokemon more difficult if you don't already know where they are. Oh, here we are. Let's see if I can find a Mischievous low enough level. 13. That's perfect for the first gym. Let's just throw some Ultra Balls. Okay, throw some Great Balls. And reset. Try that again. Let's get a little damage in this time. Okay, there we go. A Mischievous. Very nice. Oh, I should also grab a Mankey while I'm here. I almost forgot about Mankey. Its new final evolution is a Ghost type. Now to use a Duskstone to immediately evolve Misdreavus into Mismagius. Because why wait? Wow, that's actually a really good move pool. Because it's a Stone evolution, it won't learn any new moves, but that's fine. This is already a near endgame moveset. And one of those moves was a Fire-type move, so time for the first gym. Right after we test some physics real quick, and get into a battle, for no reason. Hi, Katie. I don't think this fight is gonna go well for you. Yeah, turns out having a base 80 super effective move with 105 base special attack is really strong for the first gym. And the next gym is weak to fire, so I'll just use some rare candies I picked up running around, collect some Sunflora, and it's second gym time. Hi, Brassius. I assume Katie warned you I was coming? I'm going to lead with Ghastly just to be safe on the saving health standpoint. And wow, I did not expect Ghastly to solo the gym. I guess Acid Spray sharply lowering special defense is a pretty good benefit on an already pretty useful move. With 2 gyms down, the level cap is now up to 24 to align with the next gym's ace Pokemon, and that should free me up to catch some new Pokemon. But first, I'm gonna beat up the first Titan. This lets Bike Dragon dash, and that should save me a lot of time. Mismagius also has Magical Leaf, so it's very easy. Let's grab Bramblin. Not this Bramblin, mind you, but a Bramblin. Grass resists electric, which should be very useful against the next gym. Oh, Iono's ace is a Mesagoza, and has no weaknesses, and has ghost coverage. Yup, next segment is an hour-and-a-half recording, and it only has 2 fights in it. Oof. First fight is Nemona. I lead with Gimmighoul, by mistake, then switch into Bramblin to take out Rockruff with Bullet Seed, and then Palmy with Bullet Seed. Huh, I should probably get you loaded dice to ensure that hits a bunch, huh? Finally, switch into Mesagoza to Mystical Fire Florigato. I get lucky that it wastes a turn setting up and goes down. Easy peasy, and now I must do the stupid gym challenge, which is just find Clavel around town and do some fights. Okay, now it's time to actually get set up for Iono. First item on the to-do list is run around Mesagoza with Bramblin, for a while, because Bramblin evolves by walking 1,000 steps in Let's Go mode, and then leveling up, which means running around in a circle for a while. And there we go, Bramblegast. That's not a great move pool. Okay, my main players are level 24-ish. Let's see how a first attempt goes. My early plan is to use Defense Curl, then start using Rollout, which has boosted damage from Defense Curl, and continues to ramp up in power each turn that it hits. This does good work, actually, nearly taking out Iono's first 3 Pokemon. But I do need to switch into Ghastly to take out the last Pokemon. In retrospect, I should have caught a Ghastly with Poison Terra type, huh? Ghastly is slower than Mesagoza, and drops. Then I send in my own Mesagoza, who is also slower, and not strong enough to win the fight. And yeah, okay, that is a loss, which is fine, I expected that. Let's just do that again and see if a little better luck will work out in my favor. This time, I'm going to lead with Mesagoza and save Bramblegast for Iona's ace. Oh right, Bellibolt is incredibly tanky for some reason. Not 5 Bullet Seeds tanky, but still. And now it's Bramblegast versus Mesagoza. And Hidden Confusion into Hex. Okay, I need a new plan. I can catch a Sandygast, which is immune to electric moves, but Sandygast is pretty weak and doesn't evolve until level 42. Why does Iono have 4 Pokemon? And 2 of them have base stat totals of 495? She is tweaked way too hard for this point in the game. Oh, I can actually grab Rotom as well. The electric typing should help with resistance, if not damage. I can't access any of Rotom's appliance forms yet, but even base Rotom is pretty strong for this point in the game. Okay, 2 new team members added. Let's see how this goes. I'm still gonna lead with Mesagoza, who can take out Iona's first 2 Pokemon. Bellibolt comes out and is, as ever, kind of a mess. Sandygast is immune to electric moves, but not water moves. And I missed 2 Sand Tombs in a row. Okay, restart. I swear, I've taken the hat off my character like 5 times and it just won't stick. And okay, how is this going even worse than last time? Yeah, this is just a worst attempt. Okay, we're skipping ahead to the winning attempt. I lead with Mesagoza as usual, even though Bramblegast actually does a better job. That takes out Iona's first 2 Pokemon. Then into Sandygast, who can use Sand Tomb, which doesn't miss twice in a row. Then switch over to Mega Drain to survive 1 more turn. Gimmighoul may be awful, but it does take out the last sliver of Bellibolt's health. Once it goes down, it's into Bramblegast. Terra Grass means no ghost weakness, but Iono saw a one-shot and attacked. This means no confusion, and Bramblegast can take out Mesagoza with a single Bullet Seed, boosted by loaded dice to hit the max of 5 times. Huzzah! Iono is dead. Oh, Ghastly evolved. Sure. And now it's time for some errands. First, it's over to Zapapico to murder just so many little teapots. I'm now a high enough level to kill these consistently. Finding them is kind of a pain though. Anyway, I beat these up to grab 10 of their chips. I can trade these with this woman for a malicious armor. Then it's back to the early area of the game and I can catch a Char Cadet. Feed it that malicious armor and I have Ceruledge, a fire ghost combo. This does overlap with Skeledirge, but fire is a good type, so tough. Okay, time for some more Titan nonsense. I'm over-leveled for Bombardier and Mesagoza's Power Gem, so this is not difficult, and that gets me the ability to swim. Then over to East Province Area 3 to grab some more Gimmighoul coins and fight another Titan. It's weak to fire, we just talked about this, and now Bike Dragon has big jumpies. Swing by Medali real quick because it's on the way and will unlock the fast travel point, and we reach Cascarafa. Kofu runs off, I must give chase. Oh, another Gimmighoul, sure. This game sure does have a lot of ethers lying around, which I appreciate. Kofu's assistant is an idiot, although Floatzel has Bite, which isn't ideal. Bramblegast, could you not be flinched once? Thank you. Rotom, thank you again. Back to Cascarafa for the gym fight. I haven't leveled up Ceruledge yet, but it's a fire type, so I wasn't going to use it here anyway, and everyone else is good. After the nightmare that was Iono, this is positively refreshing. Mismagius solos Kofu's first two Pokemon with Magical Leaf, and while Crabominable survives and takes out Mismagius, I can then send in Bramblegeist to Terra Grass Bullet Seed. That's how a gym fight is supposed to go. That was so much easier. Beating Kofu has also raised the level cap to 36, and that is an important change. First, I need some sandwich ingredients, then fly back to Montanevera and head north to reach the outside of Team Star's ferry base. I can't buy ingredients for the best sandwich, but a basic ham will do, for spawning a lot of Chansey and Blissey that I am now strong enough to beat up. It helps that Chansey's only attack is normal, and therefore doesn't affect my team. And Mankey has evolved into Primeape, who I still can't use, but I am closer to being able to use. Now, at level 35, Primeape can learn Rage Fist, which will be very important shortly. And at level 36, my starter Crocolore evolves into Skeledirge. Huzzah! My perfect starter is now a ghost type, so I can use it. Anyway, on the topic of Rage Fist, Primeape evolves after using Rage Fist 20 times, which sure is a decision they made. So I need to head back to the start of the game, use Rage Fist a bunch, and then Rare Candy to level up, and Annihilate. Huzzah! Fighting Ghost, which should be a very useful type combo. Especially when the next gym fight is Larry, a normal type specialist. I also appreciate that there are no required trainer battles in this gym trial. It makes my life way easier. I lead with Annihilate, because duh. Oh, Kamala has Sucker Punch. That is inconvenient. It doesn't stop me from taking out Larry's first two Pokemon. Staraptor is a bit more of a problem though. Intimidate sucks, and it has Aerial Ace. Okay, I'm just gonna send in Skeledirge to Torch Song. Staraptor has nothing that deals that much damage because I am immune to normal type moves. Okay, that was easy, but the fights aren't over, because next up is Nemona. Cross Chop one-shots her Lycanroc, then Rage Fist, now with boosted power, one-shots Goomy. Aw, not a one-shot on Pomo. Thunderwave sucks, but I was probably slower anyway. Okay, your ace is Meowscarada, which is frightening. Flower Trick never misses and is always a critical hit. On the other hand, I have Skeledirge, and for some reason, her Dark-type Meowscarada no longer knows a Dark-type move. For some reason, it never will again, because Nemona might be a bit of an idiot. Classic rival. Let's take another detour and do another Titan. The ability to glide might be useful, and Iron Treads is not a super scary Pokemon at this level. I'm pretty sure the Brick Break TM is on top of this rock, but I'm pretty sure I can't quite reach it without Climb, which is a bummer. Oh well, with Gym 5 down, I can finally buy the ingredients to make the best sandwich. Behold. Okay, time to beat up a bunch of experience pinatas. The new level cap is 42. Oh, there are fights leading up to that. I probably should have given myself a bit more breathing room. Nah, it'll be fine. The gym trial here is a bunch of double battles that are all very easy, and my team is mostly the underleveled Pokemon I'm not using, so I don't break the level cap. And it's still super easy. And then comes the rhyme fight, which is also easy, because my ghosts are better than her ghosts. Cerule Edge does take a lot of damage turn 1, and then drops thanks to a Shadow Sneak, but I can switch in Mismagius to take out Banette. Huh, she's actually taking out more of my Pokemon than I expected. Doesn't really matter though. Annihilate isn't weak to Ghost, but deals a lot of Ghost-type damage. And that is Gym 6 completed. And I have finally taken the time to acquire all the Gimmighoul coins I need to finally evolve Gimmighoul into Golden Go, which means adding the Steel typing, which is good, the Good as Gold ability, which is great, and also learning actual moves. Anyway, Nemona time. I lead with Bramblegast, misclick into a rollout, then switch to Mismagius, who dies in 2 hits. Okay, so this is going real poorly, entirely due to my own mistakes. Good thing Cerule Edge is strong enough to take out 3 Pokemon by itself, because wow, Cerule Edge is good. Meowscarada comes in, but runs into the same issue as in the last fight. Why don't you know a Dark-type move? And that's victory, entirely undeserved, but to be fair, it was pretty easy. Then I need to do whatever this is, and deal with the trainer battles that go along with it. Now it's Tulip, Psychic Specialist, which means she is very much at a disadvantage. Ow. Okay, crunch not ideal. Let's send an Annihilate to low kick, and then die. Okay, new plan. Skeledirge, Terrifier to boost your damage, and now spam Torch Song. This deals amazing damage, and boosts my special attack with each use. Wow, Florges is bulky. Oh well. Golden Go, can you... Yes, thank you. And that means only one gym remains, and that is the Ice Gym in Glaciado, which requires turning Bike Dragon into a surfboard of some kind, and then dealing with the worst gym leader in the entire game. Ice-type gym leader who doesn't use Snowscape. What are you doing? And I'm not messing around here. I lead with Skeledirge, who can just spam Torch Song to deal big damage and boost its special attack every turn. So Titan has Thick Fat to reduce the fire damage and not die, but then Altaria misses with Hurricane, and so Skeledirge finishes the fight. And that was Grusha. Moving on. I am at the new level cap of 58, and that means it is Elite Four time, and first on that list is Rika. I lead with Mesagoza because Magical Leaf is very good, and that manages to take out Whiscash and Dugtrio. I don't really have a great option for Camerupt, let's just switch into Annihilate, who finishes off Camerupt with Close Combat, then takes out Donphan with Close Combat, and now I've been hit enough that Rage Fist should be a 150 power move. Wow, that was way less damage than I expected. Bramblegast, Seed Bomb please, thank y'all. Then it's into Poppy, and it is a very good time to have too many fire types on my team. Especially when one of them is Skeledirge, who can Terra or sweep Poppy's entire team. Steel types are slow, tend to have low special defense, and even Light Screen won't save you from +4 Torch Song. I'm really glad I have entirely too many Ethers. It means I don't have to be careful about my move usage. I really wish I had anything for flying types. Well, let's see how Larry goes. I lead with Skeledirge. If I'm lucky, Torch Song boosts and leftovers will just carry me to victory. It does get me through Tropius pretty easily. And Staraptor. And Altaria? Huh, I didn't actually expect that to go that far. Golden Go, take out Oricorio. You're immune to confusion because balance. Close Combat, too bad. Oh, right, I forgot you have Scrappy, so you can hit ghost types with fighting moves. Okay, Ceruledge, get in there, live a hit, get a speed boost, and finish it off. Okay, 3 Elite Four down, easy peasy. I have even less for dragons, huh? I guess Annihilate has Outrage? Ooh, love and affection survival. Okay, barely took out one Pokemon, that is not ideal. Mesagoza can finish off Flapple and then die. Golden Go? Yeah, that wasn't bad. It would be real nice if Steel still resisted dark moves, though. Okay, let's Metal Sound to drop your special defense, then send in Ceruledge, a physical attacker. Interesting play, not sure what your plan was there. Okay, Skeledirge, much better. Torch Song is strong, but post-Terra it is resisted by Baxcalibur, and that's Skeledirge down. But Baxcalibur has very little health left, and a Phantom Force is enough to finish it. Huzzah! All that remains is Gita. Mesagoza can learn Icy Wind? Probably should have done that earlier. I lead with Mesagoza because I can then one-shot a Spathra, Mystical Fire into King Gambit, and I go down, as expected. Annihilate can then finish it off with Close Combat. Next comes Go-Goat, who almost dies to Close Combat, but then finishes off Annihilate. Ceruledge, finish this. Oh, Avalugg is really physically tanky. Huh, not tanky enough it would seem. Veluza is not faster, so that's good damage. Skeledirge, Shadow Ball, thank you. All that remains is Gita's ace, Glamora, who is pretty strong, but is also a rock type. So once Skeledirge goes down, I can send in Golden Goat to tank an Earth Power and make it rain for the win. And the party's fully set up to level 66, which can only mean one thing, Nemona. I lead Bramblegast because I am not messing around. Stealth Rex is not ideal, but Seed Bomb is a one-shot. Goodra? Let's use Phantom Force to at least get some good damage in. A critical hit, nice. Okay, I'll just Seed Bomb to... Oh, Goodra has Sap Sipper. Okay, that is not ideal. Mesagoza comes in and finishes it off with Shadow Ball, which is better. I also taught Mesagoza Psychic and can easily one-shot Pawmot. Dunsparce, I don't really have anything for you on Mesagoza. I'll just Psychic to get what damage I can. Which is a lot, actually, mostly because Dunsparce has no good moves against me. Okay, Golden Go, Power Gem finishes off Dunsparce. Then Orthworm comes out. Can I Nasty Plot here? Yes. Shadow Ball kills, even at neutral, and now it's Meowscarada, which still has no Dark-type moves. It does have Shadow Claw, but that is not good enough because it doesn't get the same type attack bonus. So, +2 Make It Rain ends the fight. And that was Pokémon Violet, beaten with only Ghost types, and that was mostly pretty easy, other than the Iono fight. That keeps looking more unbalanced the more I look at it. It doesn't help that Ghost types are always pretty weak at the start of Pokémon games because they usually evolve late. Still though. But I will have more to say about that in the summary video, out next week. I did want to shout out that I do have a Patreon, linked in the description. I spend a lot of time making these videos, so if you enjoyed the video, want to support the channel, and are financially stable enough to do so, that exists. No pressure though, this channel is free to enjoy for everyone, and will remain that way. For now, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more of this, feel free to subscribe. Hey, maybe leave a comment if you have something you'd like to say. But whatever you decide to do, have a safe trip home.